All right, a blurry, dimly lit, poorly centered video. Classic sylvanfranklin. So this one is going to be like kind of long, probably. Just like rambling about my story and like the future of the channel. And that sounds really serious. This isn't that serious. It's just like an update on what I've been doing, why I haven't been posting as much, and yeah, what I'm going to do in the future. And it's going to be like something that you're gonna have to be kind of parasocial with me to actually enjoy and get this video. So like, if you're one of the 700 or 800 people that watches like every video, that's cool. Yeah, I appreciate that. But there are probably better things you could be doing with your time. But anyway, so I kind of during the fall I did this whole crazy adventure where I went and talked to a ton of people, and like my YouTube channel was doing very well. And I was just manic in general, doing like aggressive networking and getting job opportunities, not caring about school at all. But then those opportunities after a while like kind of dried up, and I returned to school. And a large part of that is I think like my ego is just off the charts crazy. And there's like a lot of, I for a long time believed that I was like much better at programming and math and just like in general STEM competence than I actually am. And that doesn't come as a surprise probably to the OGs who watched for a long time. But I don't know. I've made like 4 or 5 pretty solid projects, but nothing crazy, nothing prodigy level. And I was treating myself as kind of prodigy level, which is not the case at all. I'm just interested in the field. And I think I've spent much more time on dev YouTube than I have like making projects and learning to code myself. And my skills are like, I don't know, medium level React, very good at Vim, and I don't know, some other basic web development and low level development. I programmed a few games here or there. But again, like nothing crazy, nothing unachievable. But during the fall, I got very lucky just kind of with like branding and snowballing my personal brand and getting job offers because of that. And yeah, also like what I think I lack is like discipline and consistency. Like there have been a couple of projects that have been like genuinely really interested in, and the motivation was like intrinsic and I could just keep going. But honestly, that has not been consistently the case. And I feel like what I do more so, what's been a motivator, an extremely good motivator, but not consistent and well, not a good motivator, is like what people think of me and my branding and like my extrinsic appearance as a developer. Like that building my image had motivated me so well. Like I was obsessed with that, and that allowed me to build my brand very effectively. But that's not like a good, like if you want to truly be a good programmer, if you want to be like Jonathan Blow caliber, you've got to kind of just enjoy the programming. And I've talked about that before, but so that's a tough thing to transition to. Also, at a certain point, like after realizing this, and after returning to school, I was like, I'm kind of sick of like giving advice. Like, who am I to give advice? Like, I don't know like anything that much about any field. Like, I'm pretty shallow in a lot of areas. And I don't know, I made a video about that a while ago as well. Like, who am I to give advice? Why would you listen to this? Back when I was kind of burnt out. And someone said, like, very rightfully, well, we actually never liked your advice all along, or we never listened to it for that. It's more like, it's because you're, like, authentic and a relatable character, and it's, like, a cool narrative to follow, which is a much better way to be motivated. But for some reason, I just want to be motivated by being cracked at stuff. And I got an email recently that also really I appreciate, from someone who is like, oh, I think I can pull it up actually. Came across your channel about 8 months ago. Felt like I had finally came across someone who speaks my language, not in the ultra cracked Vim user way. I'm low-key buns on a keyboard, but more someone who truly wants to learn and discover, thinks deeply, and considers what they want out of their life. No, that's not the part of this email that I liked. The other part is like, I don't know, like authenticity. And I guess it's because like I'm very BS averse. like very BS averse to the point that it's detrimental. And I've been hanging out in dev YouTube for a long time, so I know what's kind of bad advice and what's better advice. But yeah, again, by no means a good dev. But anyway, I've had this problem for a long time where I've been kind of skipping around different areas of like different disciplines, trying to find the one where everything will click and I will be like prodigiacally good. And I think that attitude has really harmed me in the long run. Specifically, like my major or school, like I don't know. There are a lot of instances where I didn't apply myself as much as I could have, and I kind of shot for the grade instead of shot for competence. Like linear and abstract algebra both had grade structures where you could very easily get an A by doing like dumb bullshit assignments and not really care about the understanding. And I did that. I got like all good grades, and I just my algebra fundamentals suck. And there have been many other times in classes where I'm like waiting for real learning to start. I'm like, okay, this class is kind of bullshit. When's the real class going to start? In every class I feel like that. And it's an attitude that's like very hard to escape. And I had it with jobs too when I was going to different jobs. Like, this isn't real programming. This isn't a real programming job. They're doing this and this and this. And real companies don't do this. And so I found that real company. It was StartGG. And I worked there for a while. And this was at the height of like tons of other opportunities happening. And I was like, this is a great opportunity, but what if there's an even realer opportunity? What if I can learn even more? Like, what if I can be at a more bleeding edge code base? And ultimately I left that to go pursue something like that, which was just like Vapor, and it didn't happen. And that's been hugely detrimental to me. So when I returned to school, I was like, all right, enough running around like chasing ghosts, chasing the ideal learning environment. I'm just going to actually really focus on math. And it's not the transition is not easy because it goes from like the sky is the limit. I'm super special. I'm chasing stuff that no one else is. Like, I'm on my own adventure here to like I'm just a normal kid in school, just like not even thriving in these classes. Like, I'm just desperately trying to pass this class, this real analysis class, and I had to face that hard reality, and I still am. And the same thing with number theory and like the math classes I'm taking, I'm not that good at math, honestly, because like I skimmed on the classes in the beginning, and then you get like Europeans who've taken real analysis in freshman year or whatever. They're like, oh my God, bro, you suck. And I don't really let like those kinds of comments bother me at all. Well, I try to say that, but like, can you really not let them bother you? It's tough to know. But yeah, going from like feeling immensely special, feeling like, oh my God, I'm this genius who's like networking and learning all these things that other people, like I'm like 10, 15 years ahead of my peers. Oh my God, I'm figuring out all this stuff. To going back to in school, like the difference, and it might just be like the come down from mania / bipolar. It's like, oh my God, this sucks in comparison. And yeah, I met a guy as well recently. He's like a PhD roboticist from Harvard. He's my clout monkey. And my roommate Jake's clout monkey too. They met skiing. And I was talking to him about this, and he's like, yeah, it's actually insanely hard for me to be motivated to do stuff that's like the bare minimum, like being in school and just passing classes. But when the ceiling is like limitless, or he said like when I had the opportunity to go ham on a project and get into this PhD program, I just would pull all-nighters. Like my motivation was just endless because the upside was so big. And that's what it was like for me in the fall. Like the upside of talking to all these people is like, who knows what could happen next, And I met like some insane people doing that. And yeah, it was a very fun time. It was like the adventure that college never was. And maybe some people will find that relatable, hopefully. Like, I don't know, college for me it's definitely not bad. Like, I've made a lot of friends. I do multiple sports. And yeah, the professors are cool, but it's like, I don't know, it was not nearly the caliber of adventure that what I did during the fall was. College kind of feels like now like a career mill a little bit. And it's like, a lot of people kind of know that in the back of their mind too. And also like, I don't know if this is just the culture of my school, but like, it's not especially in classes, not like super socially active. It's like kind of dead, honestly. It's like people just going to lecture, barely caring, and then returning, and everyone's like on amphetamines and antidepressants. It's like, I don't know, like, could be subjective experience and bias, but it's like the world is a little like grim right now. If you just open your eyes and like everyone is glued to like algorithmic propaganda machines, taking all these pharmaceuticals to deal with the fact that everything sucks, and then just like they're being drip fed information in the like least optimal way because they don't give a fuck about it. Wow, my lens is blurry. And then you're getting a job that's like increasingly undermined by artificial intelligence that's just better than like I'm gonna be honest, a lot of the people getting anthropology linguistics degrees, like straight up a GPT model is, you're never gonna get better than a GPT model at doing your job at this point, unless you're doing something extremely creative and cutting edge, but almost none of those people are. It's like the random 5 nerd kids who sit in the front of the class and are going to be professors one day. And the rest of the people are like, I don't know, experiencing this like sad dystopian shell of what the college experience used to be, paying a ton, and it's like all been mined out, and the underclass is getting completely undermined. But doom or rant aside, like I don't try to let that bother me too much. You have to stay positive. But yeah, I don't know. I found like I had a lot of good experiences in college going out in nature. My school is very nature oriented, up in Vermont, and yeah, I've met a lot of cool people. But it's a little bit dystopian sometimes, just a little bit. And the experience of like going and meeting tons of people online was like, I felt like that was my college adventure, but. Yeah, so this story is a little all over the place, I guess. Going back to doing math is what I'm doing now. I'm streaming math every day. And streaming it makes it a lot more fun. Like, I have a crowd of people. There's a guy named Johnny who's like an algebraic geometrist. This guy Big Pepe who's like a Pakistani math Olympiad competition. This guy Vladimir who offered to buy my OnlyFans for 10K. I don't have an OnlyFans if you're looking, but I don't know. It's more fun to do that than just be like a normal chud going to class every day, doing the normie grind to get the grades. I don't know why. Like I have this need to stand out and not be doing something normal, but yeah, it's just doing the normal student thing is like hard for me after having that adventure. But my perspective on people giving advice on YouTube, like it's just so much that's said on YouTube is like so vapid and just useless, but it's like I have this experience kind of searching for answers to like my productivity and procrastination issues, and just answers for the world in general, which I've talked about before. And I get the sense like a lot of the YouTube content that's out there is like preying upon people that haven't had the realization that like those answers you're looking for are just not there no matter how much you watch. Like you already have the answer to like to getting any perfect like project done you want, and it's like, well, just fucking work on it. It's like the answer you don't want to hear. But I find myself falling victim to that too, like going and listening to random advice YouTubers, and I don't know who, just random people, maybe like Vlog Brothers or like Hank Green and his brother, or like I did that for Luke Smith, and I did that for other people, and other people probably like do that for me, and I just felt this like kind of, I don't know, it's like YouTube info farming, and it just felt like icky and disingenuous. But again, like a lot of people probably watch me not for advice, but because like I'm kind of a relatable guy, and I want to like cultivate that more moving forward, instead of thinking like, oh, I'm this prodigic programmer or mathematician, which I'm absolutely not. I want to like relate to people who are kind of like STEM people. Well, not just STEM people. I don't know. People who are like navigating this weird AI dystopian world and job market, and are trying to figure everything out. But like nobody exactly has it figured out. It's another thing with those like advice giving people is like, if you really act like you fully believe in the advice you're giving, it's many more people will watch you. But if you're like, I'm not really sure about any of this, to be honest, guys, this is just like vapid nonsense I'm coming up with on the spot, and like I won't believe it 2 weeks from now, which I think is sadly the majority of the content that's put on YouTube, especially like talking head videos like this. Just people don't want to watch that as much because they want to believe they're getting like, this guy knows the trick, he knows the secret to unlocking it. And yeah, I just now kind of look at those channels a lot of the time and I like cringe and think like, this guy's gonna believe something else 2 weeks from now, or like, what even? This is just some random person's opinion who's like really unqualified, and even qualified people, I don't even like. I don't know. So I may not be cracked at anything in particular, but one thing I think I do have that a few people have pointed out is I'm more articulate than a lot of the internet is, and I was really noticing like Lex Friedman. This is an aside, but I've never heard anyone less articulate. Like that guy sounds like he's smoked a bunch of. He sounds like he does a bunch of nitrous. Like his words are all like jumbled together, and like he sounds like he's cramming things that have too many syllables and are too complex in just for the sake of sounding smart. And it's like, yeah, I don't. That guy he's way smarter than me, but he is just not very articulate. What was I even saying? Fuck, that's embarrassing. Anyway, yeah. So I'd like to I think my assets are not that I'm cracked at anything in particular, but that I'm like authentic and articulate, and I do know a lot of interesting people. So I'm kind of out of like hard skills and advice to share, but what I can do that I've done in a few videos recently is give other people exposure and call people up and be like, well, what is this person working on? What is this person working on? And kind of make videos going over what different projects people are working on, which is, I guess, like, I don't want this to turn into a podcast exactly. I don't like random people giving their opinions unless they've got skin in the game. But yeah, I think that's a direction to go. Showing off, because a lot of people loved the Obsidian interview. I'm not a big Obsidian user myself, but a lot of people did like it. And I know a lot of people that have expertise that I don't have. And yeah, I also like, even though there's like a slump in my motivation to post on this channel, like I don't want to let my momentum with building up this community and stuff like slip. Because what's happened is like, so I have a Discord community that's, I don't know, moderately active, but there's just not like a lot of direction for it to go in. And there's not a lot of direction for me to go in right now either. But yeah, like knowing just like a large amount of moderately competent people does not really get you anything in life, as it turns out. But it would be nice to make something more of it. Like, sometimes I just think, what if I just like never post again? Let it all slip away. Well, at least I got like a cool little resume project. But I don't want that to happen. Like, I want really cool things to come out of this. I want really cool projects to come out of this. And it'll be a long, long game, most likely. I mean, I'm only 21. In the next decade, I could achieve something very cool. Maybe I'll look back on this. And yeah. But that's the message, basically. Like, I got a little sick of posting just because YouTube is just filled with nonsense of people saying random shit you'll forget 2 minutes later, and it's like, I don't have much respect for the profession of being a YouTuber, and so it was hard for me to do for a bit. But I do realize that what I say has like a small amount of weight to a small amount of people. Yeah, I think what I'm gonna do is call around and see if some people are interested in appearing on the channel. See if I can get some of that social engineering momentum back. See if I can disrupt my social rhythms enough that I swing back into a manic episode. That'll be cool. Yeah. I'll I'll catch you next time from the psych ward.